Guys, it's Paul. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about a trend I've noticed in Yu-Gi-Oh, which is that I think old school retro nostalgic Yu-Gi-Oh is making a comeback in a pretty big way. Now, before I get into that, I do want to thank you guys. We actually got to 30,000 subscribers over here on APS Plus, which is pretty wild to me. I mean, this is kind of just the throwaway channel where I just sort of do these behind the scenesy, unedited, just talking vids or whatever, like things that I can't put up on the main channel. So I was surprised that as many of you guys enjoy this type of content as you do. So thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, though, so I think that classic Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of on the rise. What do I mean by that? Well, obviously modern Yu-Gi-Oh is doing fine. You know, there's cards, people are playing, even though there aren't tournaments per se. People are still very interested in it. So I'm not saying that that's like going away or that it's dying. I just mean that I've noticed a distinct trend, a push from Konami and just as a larger cultural kind of card game thing that we're seeing a lot more interest in the classic stuff. A lot more interest in, let's start with pack openings. I've seen a lot more people who are getting into, opening classic Yu-Gi-Oh packs and getting those classic cards graded, for instance, has become a big thing. So you'll see a lot more people who are interested in, getting original starter deck cards or, original LOB cards. Channels like Ruxin34, for instance, I'm sure you've heard of him. He opens a lot of classic Yu-Gi-Oh products, and I think that's really cool. That's the type of stuff that I'm kind of more interested in because a lot of classic cards are really hard to pull, and they're also some of the ones that are most closely tied with people's childhoods, really. I mean, like when I think of Yu-Gi-Oh from like my childhood, from when I was a kid, the Summoned Skulls, the Red Eyes, the Blue Eyes, the Dark Magician, that stuff's, kind of what sticks in your memory a lot more so than some of the newer things. Like I don't think as much about like an Odd Eyes monster or like a magician monster. So like from Arc 5 or from Brains. So that's like a really big thing. A lot more people are opening these classic packs, cracking the boxes open, and classic sealed product is like going up in price. It's going up in value because of the interest. A lot of this is definitely spillover from the big Pokemon boom of the last, 6-7 months. But yeah, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is getting the trickle down effect from that. It can be a little bit scary for, channels like mine where, I actually buy some classic products, some structure decks, and other things that, we make videos with. And, finding those old packs and products is already difficult. And so, yeah. But it's cool though because it means that there's more interest in like the Yu-Gi-Oh from before 2010, even before 2005, and that's really neat. So that's something that I've noticed, and also like I said, there's more interest in like the collection part of it more so than just the getting cards to play in a deck. A lot more people care about card condition. I see a lot more conversations about what is mint, what is near mint. More people are interested in getting cards graded. More people are interested in higher rarity versions of older or existing cards or whatever. So obviously it's always been a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh that people play high rarity versions of their decks. It's kind of a way to, flex. You play the ulti versions of something, or the secret versions of something or whatever. But it's really just gotten more prominent now. Like I've seen like on Instagram and stuff, I follow a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh accounts. I just see more people who have like ultimate rare collections. Obviously YuGiOh, this really old YouTuber that some of you guys might not have even heard of, he collects ultimate rares and like he shares different ultimate rares. And ultimate rares look good, and I think more people are finding now that these classic Yu-Gi-Oh cards they're fun to collect and they're fun to show off, and it's more interesting, and so the values and the interest in that is all going up higher. Also though, I feel like there is a larger audience for kind of classic Yu-Gi-Oh as the anime is concerned too. Like I don't know if it's just COVID causing all of this, like both the people collecting classic stuff because they're like indoors more and it re-sparks their interest in Yu-Gi-Oh, but also like the rise of like stuff like TikTok and Instagram Reels and like these types of short form funny parody videos. I see way more like people who just make memes about classic Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, the Seto Kaiba like getting blown away by Exodia meme, or the just like all these like you revealed my trap card, or the Exodia flip, like all that. those types of memes show up a lot more. And when I get on, things like TikTok or whatever, I see more people like cosplaying as older characters, doing voicing versions of different like characters and stuff. There's more jokes and more humor and stuff around that. And it's actually why I really think that it would be cool if Yu-Gi-Oh could reboot the original anime, even just do the Duelist Kingdom and Battle City arcs and like cut it there. That would be an awesome thing in this world of reboots right now, because let's face it, every like show from our childhood, every movie from our childhood is getting reboots, some for better, some for worse, but I mean, like, that's what it's about right now. Like, reliving childhood, reliving nostalgia. It could be a really good time for you to do something like that, I have to say. And finally, I think that Konami is more aware of this because there are a lot more classic themed products and cards and releases. So I've talked about lottery cards lately. That's definitely been a big thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! But more specifically, there's been a huge focus on Dark Magician and Blue Eyes. Now everybody doesn't like this, of course, when you see like a new tin and it's like, oh great, more Dark Magician stuff. Oh great, more Blue Eyes. But they're like printing these cards in like every possible rarity that they can. I remember when Maximum Gold came out and Dark Magician and Red Eyes and Blue Eyes are all in it, and they come as like gold rares, and people were kind of like, maybe we should pick these up and like hold on to them because they could be worth a lot, especially for like a collection. Again, that's like that Pokemon effect where like, old Charizards and starters and stuff like that kind of are valuable and people care a lot. It's trickling down into Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now we have Ghost from the Past, which has the Ghost Rare Dark Magician. And I have a little bit of a point on that. Even though Ghost from the Past is not a particularly popular set for like a modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, it does have a lot of value to people who are collectors. Because if you want, that Ghost Rare Dark Magician, like, it's in there. You gotta open the packs, you gotta pull it. And so I think Konami they're aware of that, and they're making more and more of this nostalgia bait. But it doesn't end with cards, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's been more Yu-Gi-Oh! Merch, like officially licensed merch. I remember like a couple years back, I got that Yu-Gi-Oh! Flip coin. And it just, on one side it says like it's time to duel, on the other side it's got like Yugi's face or whatever. Nothing particularly important, but that company that makes that, I forget what it's called. Like, it starts with an F, it's like fun something, I don't know. I've seen like these gold-plated and silver-plated Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Like, they're not like real cards, but they're like gold or silver like cards of like Dark Magician Girl, Karibo, Exodia, Blue Eyes. That's a thing now. They're making that. And then also, right now, Konami they teamed up with First Four Figures, which is like a figure making company, and they're making like a Blue Eyes figure. It looks more like a statue, really. But it's a super detailed Blue Eyes, and there's like a normal edition and like an exclusive edition, and it also you can get like the white version or like the silver version of Blue Eyes, and they're like a few $100s each, and like it's a real thing. You can pre-order it. I have actually pre-ordered one because I like Blue Eyes a lot, and I think it's incredible that they're doing this. It's definitely kind of pushing and pandering even to that nostalgic crowd who wants to collect merch and stuff. This pot of greed that I have in the background here, and like those mugs that I showed before, that wouldn't have happened. It doesn't feel like 5 or 10 years ago, but like now Konami is like they're licensing like Yu-Gi-Oh! Rights out to these other companies, and so they're able to, make these really cool things. But I think the biggest one right now that I want to end on is this new platinum rare masterpiece Blue Eyes that they're releasing. There's information on it on the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Website if you want to go and check. It's like a Blue Eyes White Dragon that's made of silver, and then like it's like brushed to resemble like a platinum color, and it's inside of this giant case. And this is something that Konami is releasing. It's going to cost $1,000. There's only going to be so many of them, like a limited edition first run. You're going to have to pre-order it. They haven't even announced when the pre-order date is, at least up to the time of me recording this video. It's $1,000. Like, $1,000. I don't like the idea of them, like, setting a value on it. I think it'd be cooler if, like, the community and, like, just collectors got to kind of decide what it's worth. But, it's neither here nor there. The point is, this is a real thing, and they're making it, and this is going to be a huge thing for people's collections. It's going to sell out, like, literally within minutes, and it's crazy to think about something that expensive selling out that fast, but, like, that's where we are right now, where it's kind of more exciting to, have pieces of your Yu-Gi-Oh childhood as merch or as rare cards or as figures or whatever than it is to even necessarily get, you know, more modern cards. So it's kind of an interesting thing, and I have to say I like it. Like, I'm not complaining about it. I actually think that this is a great thing for Yu-Gi-Oh to have. It sort of brings that popularity into the modern age, and I'm all about it. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this is good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm maybe not looking forward to the prices that some of the stuff will probably be, but I mean, if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, then I think it's well worth it to get your hands on this stuff, especially at the ground floor. It'll only get more expensive over time. So, I mean, if you do want it and you have interest, maybe you should pre-order some of this stuff. I think it's really cool. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this trend towards, I guess, more classic retro Yu-Gi-Oh imagery and nostalgia and merch and all that and cards, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it something that interests you and that you're trying to get into, or do you not really care? Was it caused by, like, you know, just a general retro boom? Do you think it was like a COVID thing? Was it Pokemon? I want to hear all about it in the comments. As you guys know, I actually read the comments a lot on this channel because I find them very informative, and people just share opinions and people talk rationally for a change, unlike some places. So, yeah, alright, that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Pass turn.